Welcome to Newport Living and Lifestyles. I'm Christon Gibson, and we are live via Facebook and video today to talk about horoscope of the month for Scorpios. And we are here with astrologer Karyn Chabot and special guest. And Karyn's going to tell us a little bit about what she does, and then we'll hear from Anastasia, the birthday girl.
Thank you. So I am a Vedic astrologer, sidereal astrologer, which is different from the tropical astrology. A lot of people here in America use Western tropical astrology, which is great. I love it, and there's a lot of credibility, and you can gain a lot of insight through that type of astrology. But mine is Eastern, and it's Vedic sidereal astrology, which is 23 degrees off. So when I tell you things about when a planet's going through a certain sign, if you're a Western astrologer, you might wonder, oh my goodness, why she must be off. I'm not off, I'm just using a different type of astrology. So I just wanted everyone to understand that first.
Okay.
And now you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Anastasia Arnold. I'm a fitness coach here on Aquidneck Island, and I work with women that want to get in shape. I work with junior athletes, and we lift weights together and get in shape and get our health back on track.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, it's Anastasia's birthday today, so we wanted to have somebody on live with us that actually had a birthday in this month and is a Scorpio.
Experiences all the craziness that we go through this month.
Exactly. So we will be asking a lot of questions today. And if we don't understand something, I'm just going to jump up and say, I don't know what that word means.
So what's going on in the month of November? Well, happy birthday to all you Scorpios. And this is a really exciting time. We have the end of the Venus retrograde happening right now. We have one more week of Venus retrograde. What does that mean? It just means the planet went backwards, and it can bring back past lovers. And I already reviewed this in the last clip, but we have one more week of past lovers, past girlfriends, past things that may have happened around money and romance. And not just money and romance, but sort of that's front and center for one more week.
Now, so just say no, correct?
Yeah. Oh yes, remember,
just say no.
You may want to have lunch or dinner and do a reconciliation and find a closure with a past girlfriend, platonic girlfriend, or a lover. But this isn't the time to start something new. So maybe that closure might heal your heart, and there could be some forgiveness, but then move on.
Okay. So today we're going to be talking about finance, romance, and self-care. So I just wanted to kind of give a brief synopsis of what we'll be covering today.
Yes. So what's going on? We have Mercury going retrograde as well on the 16th of November when Venus goes direct. And when Mercury goes into the sign of Scorpio, it can bring up all kinds of communications that can be passionate, hidden secrets, mystical, magical things, deep conversation. And you want to make sure that you don't tend toward arguing. So keep your cool, take a swim, go for a nice walk by the ocean and keep your calm, but go ahead and engage in passionate conversation, maybe a debate that's stimulating, and just make sure that it doesn't go down a different road, because that can happen during this retrograde. So Mercury governs cars and communications and technology, so it's not a good time to buy a car. It's not a good time to rely on your computer, because sometimes technology goes wonky during this time, and it affects everyone a little differently too. Work.
Does any of this resonate with you as a Scorpio?
A lot of it resonates with me as a Scorpio, yeah, and especially all the Venus things that we talked about as well, with taking care of yourself and taking care of money and the love life. And the Mercury is coming up.
The Mercury is going retrograde, and it's actually in Scorpio now, and Jupiter is in Scorpio. Now, Jupiter is the money planet. We love Jupiter.
Okay.
And Jupiter will also cause you to have not only expansion in your bank account, but you could have expansion in your adipose tissue, which is
fat tissue.
Fat tissue.
Oh, well, we wouldn't know what that is.
So it also depends on the condition of your chart and that planet, and there's so much more to it and what degree it's at and blah blah blah. But overall, as an overall general, we can say Jupiter and Mercury are in Mars's sign of Scorpio right now, which can bring adipose tissue front and center. So either you lose weight or you gain weight. Most likely you're going to gain weight because we're coming up to the holidays.
Season.
So it's
So do some squats.
season.
Yeah, adipose season.
And it's there for 1 year until November 24th. So bank issues will come up, whether they're good or bad, that depends on your chart. So money will be front and center right now. Children, travel. Jupiter governs higher learning too. It's a good time to maybe take a course or a workshop or read a really interesting book about maybe ancient mystical secrets or yoga or the ancient knowledge, because Jupiter represents higher knowledge and actually means guru when you are defining it in the Sanskrit language.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have any Scorpio squat advice?
Scorpio
Adipose?
squat,
Adipose advice?
wear black and squat deep and hope for not expanding as much at front and out to the side during the holiday season.
Well, I would just recommend more exercise in general. Up the ante on your spices. Drink some ginger tea. Ginger tea and licorice, actually, really good quality organic licorice and ginger tea. You don't have to mix them. You can take them separately, but they do something called scraping fat tissue as well as cholesterol.
Well, I just had a whole bag of licorice yesterday, so this is really good for me.
That's not the sugar. And then no. So you want like the real hardcore, like ginger root, put it in some water, boil it up, make a tea.
So I better wear black.
You better wear black.
Make it magical.
Yeah, so you want more exercise, more ginger tea, more licorice.
Okay.
And you can put some more black pepper on things, spice things up a little for digestive fire, but not too much because we have Mercury sitting in Mars's sign and things can get a little spicy emotionally. So we want, to check the body so you don't gain the weight, but we don't want to overcheck and overdo and cause emotions to get inflated and too fiery. So we want to keep that balance. So that's why I recommend for exercise this time around swimming, because swimming is cooling. The water is soothing and calming. And then you can spice up your whatever, put some pasta together and put some cayenne pepper and hot sauce and spice it up.
Well, swimming works every muscle in the body.
Top to body, yep.
Yeah.
So we got the spice in food and the cooling effect of the water.
Yes.
Which is Scorpio is a water.
It's a water sign, yeah. So it's also, don't overdo the swimming too, because sometimes swimming in the wrong conditions can actually be one of the exercises that makes you gain weight because of the water element. You can actually get more swollen. But with this unique paradox of Mars, because Mars is very feisty, this is a good time to, you'll just trust yourself to know, okay, today I'm feeling a little feisty. Everything's upsetting me today. I think I'm going to go for a swim and then come home and balance it off with something spicy. Yes.
Well, she makes personalized plans for personalized.
Yes. So this is a good month to add spices in my clients' nutrition.
It is,
Right.
yeah.
So what can we teach non-Scorpio native and our friends that are watching that do have Scorpions in their lives about how to better communicate with them, how to get their message across with a Scorpio sun or person?
Yes,
Good
please.
question.
I got a lot of Scorpions.
Really good question.
How to talk to November people.
Yes. So when Sun is in Scorpio in someone's chart, the Sun is really the soul, the seat of the soul, and their true nature can be secretive, and not in a bad way. It can be, there are secrets that are sacred and should be kept sacred and quiet. They're people who like mystery. They like to be kind of in the darker corners and observe as a witness before they decide to step out into the limelight. So when you meet a Scorpio, you might want to be very careful how you approach them and introduce yourself. Earn their trust and don't just jump right into something deep, because they might not want to share and they might all of a sudden shut down. You have to, not to be manipulative, but to honor their nature of just disclosure comes slowly for them. And once you earn their trust, they are so much fun. And they're one of those friends that you can just knock on their door and go right at it and talk to them about deep, nothing surface and boring. So they're fun, deep, meaningful, conversational people. And I have probably 70% of my girlfriends are Scorpios. I love them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So would you say that in general, maybe Scorpios are more extroverts or introverts, or does that even not apply really?
No, not really. You can't
Okay.
generalize to that degree. I'd like to be able to. I was married to a Scorpio, and he just wanted to go out all the time. And whenever he went out, he passing his business card, and he was, vote for me, and very extroverted. But he was a Scorpio. But his deepest inner self was, don't ask me that. I will disclose that when I'm ready.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Not in a way that was standoffish. It was just he had boundaries.
Right. There are some private questions and private comments that we like to keep to ourselves until the time is right or the person is right.
Exactly.
And I feel like it takes a little bit of time for them to open up. And like you said, you might start off with an introverted, quieter person that eventually opens up to his friends. And that's why the best friends always feel that they are the center of the group and who you have the most meaningful conversations with. I agree. Yeah.
They're not shallow types of people. They either say nothing at all, and they'll maybe entertain a shallow conversation for a little while to see if you're someone trustworthy. And then if you are, in their perspective, they will talk to you about meaningful things that are, transformational, because Scorpio is the sign of transformation. So you can't transform if you're just floating at the surface. So they're willing to go into the deep, dark corners and dig things out and shine the light on them and help you resolve and understand things. So that's why I like these Scorpio friends of mine, because they're interesting to talk to, and there's never just like blah, 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 surface chatter, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I like deep, meaningful things to talk about. So that's just my nature.
Yeah.
So what are the main, if we had to describe a Scorpio, we got deep so far, what are the main characteristics and words we use for a Scorpio?
Well,
deep, we got that.
We got deep and passionate.
Intense.
They're passionate people, and they happen to be what's the word for it? Queen and kings of the root chakra. I'll put it that way.
I have no idea what that is.
The root chakra is very meaningful to Scorpios. A lot of the center is focused on, the 7 chakras.
Yes.
They're, in charge sort of the root chakra, which is all around, if you can imagine the root of something, it's underneath. So it's under the soil and it's often hidden. And it also is safety, comfort, protection, and money. So you're feeling safe if you have money. So these people, you can't just generalize that, I can't just give you a whole personality of a Scorpio, but because you have to look at their moon, we have to look at other placements. But in general, somebody with the Scorpio sun is going to be someone of depth. And I'm just not, the words aren't coming, but I really like them, and I know when I meet one.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Well, we are coming closer to an end, and I wanted to know if you guys had any more quick questions and answers that you guys would like to ask or make points of.
Looking to see if I have anything else here.
You brought up the moon, and the moon is also in Scorpio.
Yes, that's a really good one I wanted to talk about. So since we have a Scorpio moon currently in the sky right now, it's affecting everybody, even if you're not a Scorpio. So what that does is it brings up hidden secrets, and it can, or you can actually have a secret that isn't disclosed. And so it's all about secrets. And this particular Scorpio is in a dark moon. So the moon was new last night. So when the moon is new, there's not a lot of light. So things don't get lit up or illuminated, which makes it even more secretive, right? Yes, which is fine, because there's a time, a season and a reason for everything. That was a time for more private things to be front and center, secret things, and occult, mystery, passion. Yeah, so it's never a dull moment in the life of a Scorpio.
It is not.
Well, I have something for our Scorpio birthday today. A little happy birthday. So absolutely. Well, thanks
Happy
for
birthday.
Yes, thanks for coming on the show with us today. Thank you, Karyn, for going over Scorpios with us. And we've covered finance, romance, and self-care. And again, next month, the Sagittarius starts November 23rd, I believe. So we are going to do a pre-recording because I will be out of town and Karyn will be out of town. So we're going to pre-record next month's Sagittarius horoscope and to be released November 23rd. So stay tuned for that. And again, happy birthday to everybody out there. And
happy
birthday, Scorpios.
That's right. Well, we look forward to seeing all of you on Newport Living and Lifestyles. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
How do I turn the live off? I don't know. Oh, and
Well, I think it was good.
okay, yeah, we did 15 minutes. So,
Is that a gift for humanity?
Yes.
in this video now,
Oh, we should open it.